I mean, I found out early the game kind of sucked, and so yeah, all I ended up was just depressed for a really, really long time. I mean, so that's no good either. That's no. You get used to it. You learn how to be depressed. Like I'm functionally depressed, almost. You know, except lately, I really am getting dysfunctionally depressed because man, I just doing my work. I just don't. I'm like I'd rather kill my. Do I want to go to work or do I just want to kill the guy I work for? Which is easier, going to work or killing him? I mean, I could sneak into his house and kill him, and then I won't have to go to work on Monday. Yeah, that'll work.
I don't know, when I was working full time, I absolutely hated going to job. I mean, at least in the last 6 months or so, I absolutely despised getting there just because I hated my boss, I hated what I was supposed to do and all that kind of shit. But on the other hand, all day I was waiting for the day to end so I can go out with the people of my work and have some drinks and then go home. And then when the weekend came, all week I was waiting for the weekend. And after I quit, I was just, like, what the fuck am I waiting for now? I'm not waiting for the weekend. I'm not waiting for the day to. I was like, I was confused. There's nothing to look forward to almost.
And somehow you become more dysfunctional because it's like somehow in one weekend you got more done than when you have a whole week to get the stuff done. So it's like you wake up slower, you go to sleep slower, you eat slower. I mean, somehow everything slows down. Somehow everything takes longer. At least that's what happened to me. I mean, yeah, it takes me 3 hours to take a bath. I mean, I just can't do anything fast anymore.
Take 3 hours to take a bath? What the fuck?
I was gonna say that I think that part of the whole depression thing and why it exists is you have, like, an amoeba or whatever, a single cell that is repulsed by certain things and attracted to certain things, and if there's enough repulsion, it just ends up, running away constantly, and that's kind of the world we have set up for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, everyone in this room has shit that we're all running from, and so we have these constant negative stimuli, and so it's just like the grand elaboration of that amoeba, kind of basic primordial impulse.
Nah,
Well,
bad answer.
well,
First
well,
off, amoebas don't got no brain, and second off, that's the depression isn't even you're not like running. You're not like passionately running. You're like slothing over to the couch and say, I'll go take a nap. I'll go take a nap. I mean, you're not. It's like you're not even. Like depression. You don't even have the energy. Like if a Tyrannosaurus was going to eat you, you'd be like, oh, here, let me put some salt on my head first. You wouldn't be like run. Oh, I gotta run away. You'll run like 10 feet. You'll run 10 feet away. You go, yeah, that's far enough. Fuck it. I really don't care.
if you look at a lot of third world countries, they have like lower rates of depression. It's like if your conditions are really bad, you don't even have like time to be depressed.
Yeah, well, before your microphone was obscenely, annoyingly feedback loud, and now you can't even hear you. But okay, whatever. Somebody will tell me what you said.
So
I
it was
don't
about
know.
I was just saying that like how in like third world countries they have much lower rates of depression. Like it's all like also it's almost like if you have much lower living conditions, like you don't even have time to be depressed. You just got to deal with the shit and don't even have time to reflect on it.
The bliss of ignorance might be part of it too. If you're dumb enough, yeah, I'll just be okay. I'm a monkey. I'll just be a monkey. Yeah, I mean, monkeys don't get as depressed. Well, even though, but great apes do. They go through a lot of. They have a lot of psychoses, like even elephants do. But yeah, I got no. Poor humans are really. You know, I don't. I don't know. I don't know why they don't like just walk off the cliff more often. Because their life is so stupid, and then they just keep reproducing it, and you're like, what the fuck are they thinking? What the hell is in their head? Oh yeah, let's have a kid so it can have shit worms too. 'Cause shit worms are fun.
Go, Dusty.
Okay, so
I
I
don't know,
can
I
get
have this
um
annoying thing about me that I cannot even be properly depressed. I mean, I get depressed pretty often, but it goes away so fast because I just get angry. I don't know why, but as soon as I get depressed and I start, I am depressed for maybe like a day and then I get mad. I mean, I simply get mad and I feel like I have to do something. I don't know why. What's wrong with me? I can't have a proper depression like everybody else.
Actually, that's healthy.
Yeah,
Dusty,
well,
go, brother.
it's just because you're young. Wait till you ride that horse a few hundred times and it keeps shitting on your head. You'll just like, ah, fuck it. Yeah, I don't know. Depression, it'll start owning you.
well, the thing is that like when I first started getting depressed, is that I always thought and this was when I was younger, I thought my parents were invincible, and then both of my parents died on me, and that fucking completely decimated me. Like I was like, all right, well, this is kind of fucked up, These are the people that you look up to, that you do everything for and with and whatever else, and then they both fucking, So then I was like, all right, well, all right, I'll play the game anyway. And then when you stop playing the game, and even if you play the game well, you still can't win the fucking game. And no matter how hard you work or how hard you try, there's always somebody else fucking jumping on your back and trying to fucking drag you back down into the dirt. And you're like, okay, well, I'll still play the game. And then if you don't play the game, then it really fucking comes at you. What really pisses me off is like, even if you are depressed and you try to fucking like work your way out of it, there's so much outside interference that tries bringing you back into the depression, instead of fucking, trying to, pick you up and say, okay, hey, you're doing well, you're doing a good job. Because even if you're at even in employment and at a job and you're doing well, you're still not doing enough. It's just never enough. So it's always like fighting against or swimming against the fucking tide. You take two strokes forward, it drags you back a fucking 100 yards. Um, yeah, it's just fucking, it's completely ridiculous. And I don't even know if, and that's what my question was, is that if people never even had those expectations, that where you have to be this type of person or you have to do these type of things, that would there, would depression even exist in that type of environment? But the way that society is, that we live in, it's almost like a fucking automatic that everyone's at one point in their life is going to be depressed.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are people. I mean, it's like, there's people that just have such mechanical lives. I mean, my father is sort of indestructible, I think, that way. I mean, you know, uh, he went through his big thing, where he got, you know, a bunch of hot acid dumped on him. And, spent a couple of years in the hospital. And it's like, yeah, and so you can't fuck with him now. You just can't. You just like, whatever you did to him, you just like, okay, well, whatever. What? Compared to what? And I don't know what that is exactly. Because I mean, he lives. I mean, he goes fishing. I mean, this entertains him. I'll just go fishing, and that solves the problem. And it's like, how the fuck does that solve anything? But whatever. I mean, it's just people that can make But I just get trapped on that beautiful perfect moment thing. It's like you have the perfect dance, or you make love, or whatever the perfect thing is you do, and it's just like, damn it, I had it. There it was. It was right there, right there. We had it, and now it's gone again. Fuck. And so you got to fight for it again, and it's like,
What I said, before, that I get angry whenever I go through a like depression. Is not really anger. I don't know. I never been to a shrink, and I'm not good at self-diagnosis, and I don't try it. I think it's more like anxiety. Like I feel, I don't know how to explain, like anxious, like I gotta do something. I don't know. But I usually, I mean, the thing is that with me it works with weed. I remember a video from Andy Glens where she asked, if weed is good for anxiety, and I didn't say anything because I actually heard that some people, deepens their anxiety. But to me it works. I mean, if it's not like I'm suddenly happy, but